Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Rachel Williams begins now.
Supporters of Sue Neal-Fraser have gathered for a special vigil, vowing to not give up their fight for justice. It's the 11th Christmas the convicted murderer has spent behind bars, with supporters adamant they'll continue their campaign until her conviction is overturned.
They were small in numbers, but supporters of Sue Neal-Fraser gathered today on Parliament lawns in Hobart with a loud message.
We believe we know there has been a shocking miscarriage of justice, and we want people to be aware of that and to keep supporting Sue.
Around 20 people gathered for the Christmas vigil. Ms Neal-Fraser was convicted in 2010 for the murder of her partner Bob Chappell, who went missing from his boat on the Derwent River on Australia Day in 2009. She spent every Christmas since 2009 behind bars, a figure supporters say is taking a toll.
You know, her mother has died since she's been in prison. She's lost all that time, all those 11 Christmases without her family.
She's so busy fighting for her freedom that she hasn't been able to go through what a person would normally go through with a grieving process.
Roseanne currently resides in Port Douglas, but once lived close to Ms Neal-Fraser in the Southern Midlands. Showing her support today, she remains confident her former neighbour is innocent.
I know Sue, I know her personality, I know what she's like, and I know she's innocent.
The case returns to the Supreme Court next year, after a right to appeal was granted in March. Her supporters say they'll keep holding public vigils as long as she remains behind bars.
We will continue them until she is home and exonerated and compensated.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmanian News.
Mountain bike riders are being warned to remain vigilant after locals found metal wires tied between trees of a trail hotspot. The images were snapped at the popular Pinecone Alley track near 7 Mile Beach in Hobart's southern suburbs. It sparked outrage online, with many saying the hazards are potentially deadly to riders. A group of Tasmanian cricketers is doing their best to give this weekend's matches meaning beyond the end result. Money is being raised for Beyond Blue to open up conversations about mental health.
15 matches, 5 teams over 3 days. Although the battle lines have been drawn for bragging rights, there's a special cause at the crease. Northern Tasmania's T20 Gala Round will raise funds for Beyond Blue.
There's so much mental health disorders around now, and some issues and stuff like that, so it's just to help start the conversation.
For some players, the battles on the field are tough, off the field even tougher.
As a cricketer, you can put a lot of pressure on yourself, so if you've got other pressures outside of that with work or study, so it can mount up.
Recently, high-profile stars like Glenn Maxwell and Will Pukowski have chosen to step away from the game to focus on their mental health. It's something local cricketers are admiring.
The courage of those guys to speak up certainly will probably hopefully inspire some blokes at local land.
Every boundary throughout the weekend will add an extra $1, every 6 an extra $3. Organisers are hoping funding efforts will tip into the thousands.
We don't just want it to be this weekend, we want to keep that conversation open year by year.
Garth Burley, 7 Tasmanian News.
New road closures have been put in place along Hobart's waterfront ahead of the holiday season. With increased cruise ship visitation and setup of the Sydney to Hobart yacht race, Village, Tasports has closed the road between Hunter Street and Constitution Dock Bridge from today until January 3. Permit holders will continue to have controlled access to the area. An arts program aimed at teaching young people new creative skills has transformed a local community centre with its end-of-year showcase. Called Creative Arts, participants have taken part in workshops including hip-hop, screen printing and stenciling.
With a smile on her face, 12-year-old Ella Rose proudly shows off her work, created during a street art workshop. Part of a 10-week program offering everything from stenciling to dance practice, she says she's enjoyed every minute.
We did a rap version, we did arts and crafts and did t-shirt printing.
Workshops in art, music and hip hop. We focus a lot of working on aerosol art as well. There's music, there's lyrical expression. It's just really a fun platform to work with young people.
The Buchan Community House in Chigwell transformed today by their final showcase, all created by local students. A gallery wall, printed t-shirts, rap performances and street art workshops, all a part of the celebrations. The program available thanks to a grant from the Tasmanian Community Fund. With the participants able to show off their hard work to family and friends, program organisers say watching the change in their confidence has been incredible.
This has been fantastic, and just to see the smiles and the shift in confidence with the young people and with the workers. You know, the workers are in there giving it a shot with the kids as well.
When I first showed the young people the final result, a lot of them were thinking, I can't do this, but then, you know, they're just going to give it a shot, and then they realise, actually, yeah, if I have a go, I can actually do it.
With a wall of memories left behind, it's hoped the program will be available again next year. Ebony Ablett, 7 Tasmanian News.
Meanwhile, the Hobart Hurricanes will abandon their winning formula, making 2 changes for tomorrow's BBL clash against the Melbourne Stars. George Bailey and James Faulkner will be rested as the men in purple navigate 3 matches in 5 days. Wicketkeeper batsman Jake Doran and fast bowler David Moody have been brought into the squad. The action begins at 2:30 on 7 Tasmania. The Hobart Charges women's side has been boosted with Kathleen Shear to rejoin the club for the 2020 season. Shear spent 6 years at the Charges between 2013 and 2018 and has also played in the WNBL along with stints in Europe and the American college system. She spent last year playing for rival NBL 1 side Nunawading. Coach Mark Nash says she'll make a strong contribution across the whole team.
While she's a dominant player on the court, she's just an absolute role model and positive influence off the court. So, ticking those boxes in both areas.
The club expects to announce further signings in the coming months.
Good evening. 28 was the state's warmest today in Launceston, Hobart and Devonport 23 and a high of 20 in Burnie. King Island, St Helens and Strawn all reaching 17, Low Head and Grove 19 and 18 in Smithton. On the close-up, cloud about the west and upper east coast while elsewhere was mostly cloud-free. Further out, a large area of mid to high level cloud covered most of WA, parts of South Australia and southern New South Wales. Tomorrow shows a high pressure system over Tasmania in the afternoon, while several troughs and low pressure systems extend over the mainland. Southwesterly winds 20 to 30 knots tomorrow, swells up to 7 metres in the west and south and up to 1 metre in the north. On to the warnings, and a strong wind warning is current for lower eastern and southern coastal waters from Wineglass Bay to Low Rocky Point and also for the central north coast. Tomorrow's forecast now Hobart mostly sunny, 24 across Richmond and Ouse. In the north looking sunny across Launceston and Deloraine, Devonport 20. A high of 17 across Strawn and Curry, Burnie are mostly sunny, 21. Swansea 22 and 20 about St Helens and Whitemark. The UV forecast extreme 11 and 12s across the state. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast Monday, light showers developing about the northeast in the afternoon. Tuesday looking fine, and Christmas Day showers developing in the west and extending statewide in the afternoon. Capital cities a mostly sunny day at Adelaide tomorrow. Alice Springs a high of 43 and smoke haze about Canberra. And looking at current temperatures, Hobart mostly sunny 18, Launceston 23 and Devonport a sunny 18. That's all in weather tonight, Rach.